We are
Live.
live on
Live.
the husband,
The wife.
the issues. All right. She got it right. I am brother RTM Muhammad.
And I am Sister Keela Muhammad.
You can find me on Twitter at Muslims Love Jesus, because we do.
And my name is Axiom Mary Posa on Twitter.
And I thank you all for tuning in with our fourth episode of The Husband and Wife, The Issues. Today's topic is dealing with hair. We got nappy hair, we got natural hair, we got straight hair. But first, we want to get into our Periscope rules.
Yes, so our rules today, as always, we want to keep it positive. You're free to ask questions. We don't allow any cursing. You will be blocked. We also want to keep it respectful and uplifting.
Yes, and please share your opinions, ask your questions, because we want to get into all of this. Our program is only 30 minutes, so we have about 29 more minutes to get into it. Also, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we have a major announcement at the end. So you do want to stick around for this. We have a way that we can help all our black businesses. We have a great idea on how we're going to do it and the services we're going to offer to our black-owned businesses. So you don't want to miss this, so stick around. So let's get right into it. We got Nappy Hair Akila. First and foremost, I know my brothers out there can agree with me. Why? It's the hair. You know, in the black community, it's all about hair.
Yeah.
So, first of all, this term nappy hair, is it a legit term?
Well, technically, what nappy hair means is to describe the coils that your hair has if you're mostly of African heritage, and when they're coiled really tightly and in an unruly form, that's when our hair is called nappy. I don't think that it's a dignified term or one that we should use, because really all hair is manageable. The only thing is we have lost the knowledge of how to take care of our hair because of the things that we've been through as a people. And through the natural hair movement now, you can see that we're regaining what it means to take care of our hair, and we're getting able to grow our hair long again.
Yeah, it is a big push by our natural sisters. Shout out to the natural sisters. I am a brother who appreciate the natural sisters. But I got a question though. However, now I know a lot of people in the conscious community, and they might hate me for this, but I disagree when there's a topic, and I want you to hear you on this, Keela. When we beat each other up, we say, well, if a sister has straight hair, she's trying to be white, she's whitewashed, she's not down. Like, do you agree with that? And how are you wearing your hair? I wouldn't call it nappy.
Well, right now my hair is in a protective style. I do have natural hair.
Yes.
And I completely.
Me too. All natural.
Yes. Yes, sir. I do disagree as well with people in our conscious community going around bashing people who don't have natural hair, who wear it straight, because actually black people had straight hair in the beginning. All of us did. So it's actually a natural way that your hair can be. And there are lots of black people today who have naturally straight hair. They don't have to straighten it, and they don't have to use any kind of chemicals to get it. So to say that a person is not conscious because of the way they wear their hair is just a ridiculous thing to do.
No,
it's not true.
No, I definitely agree, because that sister could prefer having her hair straight, because you're right. I mean, we do have straight hair. I mean, although I noticed though, we are the only people who the eyebrows don't match our hair texture. But if you ever look at the Aborigines, I know earlier today my wife was showing me the Egyptians, their hair. They're blacker than me and her, but yet their hair is straight.
Naturally. I know when I visited Egypt when I was 13 years old, that was the biggest thing. That was such a surprise to me to see all the little girls running around. These people had the one particular village that we visited was a village of people who didn't even have running water. And these little girls had diamonds in their ears, and they had straight hair. And it was because their hair was naturally straight, and diamonds are so plentiful there that that's just the jewelry they wore. They wore diamonds. It was amazing seeing that difference. It was completely different from what I had been taught and what I learned in school. which is why I was in a program called Teen Summit 1000 where they allowed us to go visit Africa and to see some of the people that places where we came from.
Okay, now I do know a lot of brothers now. We do like straight hair. We will say a woman has good hair if her hair is straight, and I guess that's one of my biggest issues and problems. Now we look at it, white supremacy, it has done a great effect.
Yes.
I mean, we do. There are some sisters who will rock this straight hair because they don't want to be considered nappy. And I have heard people. Now, how do we address those people who say the term "good hair" because I'm mixed with Indian or I'm mixed with that and that?
Well, really, we have to think about what it means psychologically to say that someone's hair is good or not. Hair does not have moral principles, as teaches the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Hair is hair.
That's a good point.
And really, if you properly take care of your hair, all hair is manageable. We don't understand how to keep our hair moisturized. We don't understand how to style it in a way that will last with the different temperatures outside, the humidity. So we think that our hair isn't good, but it's really because we've lost the knowledge of how to properly care for it. And really, what women are trying to do is, our hair is considered our crown of glory. It's part of what makes us look beautiful. And because we're striving to find beauty, if we think that straight hair is easier or straight hair looks better, of course that's what you're going to go to. And as a society, white images have been placed on us, so it's almost impossible to reach those standards. So we're doing all of these chemical treatments and all these really harmful things to ourselves because we don't understand the beauty that we have. And I know it's for me, whether you rock it straight or you rock it curly, you wear the big fro. I know I wear my fro sometimes, and I'm just feeling like being free. So,
the bush.
Yes, that's what my husband does. That's what I call it, the bush. So, it's really about understanding and knowing how to take care of what you have and then making it beautiful.
Like, do you think we as men have a effect on how women wear their hair? Is there any effect of men on women?
Yes, I know. I definitely heard men say, "Oh, I only like straight, long, wavy hair," or like, which is kind of a contradiction, wavy and straight. But yeah, like you constantly. And you know what I realized though too? For a lot of the men I talked to, I know when we were recording, I asked you like, what kind of hair do you like? Do you like? Because my hair was natural, so I was like, oh. But you said you had mentioned, or what did you have mentioned to me?
I like a woman to upkeep her hair. Now, I think as brothers, we should watch the language that we use. We should stay away from, for instance, the term nappy. Like,
yes,
we should be, watch how we, pick on or call and relegate the term nappy too, because it's just a natural state that you left unkept. But
right.
I think we shouldn't downplay any sisters who may like their hair straight. Now, I believe the reasons as to why you wear your hair straight. I mean, some people find straight hair just is more manageable. It has nothing to do with trying to be white or whatever. Now, I'm a person. I'm team natural. To me, that's confidence. That's destroying any European or white supremacist ideology of that. Straighter hair is better.
Right.
So to me, to rock natural is to show us some confidence. And then I don't have it just any type of way. Just because you wear it natural doesn't mean you don't need to upkeep it.
Right, and someone mentioned on Periscope that first of all it's not nappy, and that's exactly what we're talking about. That nappy is really a negative term that has been put on us, which is not really true with any of the types of hair. So I did want to make sure that we mentioned that too for anybody who just joined us, that it's not, we're trying to obliterate that term because it's really about loving yourself and taking care of your hair properly. And
well, as my wife just fell off that awkward pause moment, I did want to bring an interesting fact that I saw that I learned. Women spend $500 billion according to the Huffington Post study. Women spend $500 billion on hair care products. Now, hair care products and weed.
Crazy.
Now, I heard somebody say that's crazy. Wait a minute. Is it crazy though? Is that unrealistic? I mean, white women weave costs a lot of money too.
Yeah, and they're secretive about their weed.
In fact, we was in the mall the other day. We was pointing out, my wife and I was pointing out which white women were wearing weave. And you'll be surprised. Almost, I believe, we were close to about 7 out of 10 white women had some form of an extension in their hair. Now, we're not bashing. I'm not here to bash white women or whatnot, but I think it's kind of unfair that black women are thrown underneath the bus.
Yes.
As far as wearing weaves. Yes. Now, is wearing weave a sign of self-hate, as a conscious community may would like to call it?
See, I don't even think that is a sign of self-hate either, because some people wear weaves so that they can grow their natural hair.
How does that work? I know my little sister does that. She loves to wear her weave.
Way to just put your sister out there like that. Okay. But anyway,
I know a friend who wears weave, and she says that it's to help her hair grow.
Well, anyway, for wearing a weave as to help your hair grow, you braid your hair down so it's in a protective style. So what happens is, while you're wearing the weave and you have your long, luscious curls or your bush or however you wear it, because they have bush weaves too. It helps. Yeah, they do. You can get a big, nice fro that's like enormous, and your hair is protected, safe underneath it.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, I really think it's a matter of preference, though. You can be just as conscious as the next person, but there's this negative stigma that we have for people who wear their hair straight, and we need to completely abolish that, because we as people have so many forces working against us, and this is something that I continually see us fighting over. Like, oh, you're not as conscious as me because your hair is straight and mine is natural.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's a little division in the black community as far as the conscious community goes, between women who wear straight hair and women who wear their hair natural.
Yes, definitely. There definitely is.
Oh, wow. So I like to think that the enemy probably has his hand behind this in some form or another, because I don't know how much remember Willie Lynch, but I really truly believe that Willie Lynch syndrome is something very serious, because it was all about using mechanism to create and cause division within the black community, like using the light versus the dark, and probably had the kinky hair versus the straight hair. Right. I mean, it's always been interesting to me that the conversation that delves around hair and the power that it has in our community. I also mentioned about the $500 billion spending that women have on hair, because that's actually another market that we as black businesses should get into. I thought about it like that. If our black women spend $500 billion on hair, then why not us as a people get into the hair industry?
Yes, and see, this again goes into the fact that we don't know how to take care of our hair. A lot of that money that you're talking about is not just regular hair products like oils and things like that, but it's actually chemicals that we're putting in our hair. And most people don't produce chemicals in their home. But if you look at the natural hair movement, you'll see that a lot of women are making their own natural hair products using things like avocado, olive oil, coconut oil, shea butter, and they're actually creating shampoos, conditioners, and all types of things in their homes. And now you'll see that more people are making these products. And I, like you said, I was researching as well, and as black women, we consume 80% of the hair care industry, but we only own 3%, and that's something that we definitely have to change. And because we're boycotting this season, it's a great opportunity for us to go out and look for black people who are making black hair products.
You know what? Speaking of which, shout out to Brother Leandre. I saw him join on. Peace to the God. This truth. I was watching a YouTube video, because Asians have cornered the market in the black hair, seeing how much money we spend. I was watching this YouTube video. A group of believers from the Nation of Islam were in front of an Asian store, and there was a black-owned beauty supply store about, I would say about 100 yards from the Asian store. And the Asian man had a nerve to get mad because the brothers and sisters was telling the customers to go and support their own. So it's like other communities feel privileged and are taking advantage of the issues that we have with our hair in our hair community. Now I got a question: do you feel the type of hair you wear stops you or advances you from getting a certain job? Like, is that true? Because I heard a lot of sisters mention, well, I wear my hair this way because I'm in the corporate side.
Right. That actually, unfortunately, that is very true as well. I know that in the few jobs that I've had, just being out of college and things like that. But there have been comments made like, you get a job. I usually wear my hair pulled back, but this is definitely in my days where I would wear a scarf or not wear it. But if I ever wore a bush or something, it was all of a sudden a big deal and a problem. But as long as my hair was pulled back and neat, kind of like it is now, then everything was okay. My hair was put away so the people were relaxed. But as soon as my hair was big, it was a problem. And that's, unfortunately, we have to think about the fact that we're living in a society that doesn't really accept us.
Yeah.
So anything that represents something that doesn't mirror what they look like, they're afraid of.
Who's the they? Because you keep saying they. Who's the they? We gotta let our listening audience know who is the they. Who's the they?
Well, I'm talking about the white companies, the white business owners. If we owned more of our own businesses,
call them out. We gotta call them out.
Then this kind of thing wouldn't be a problem because we understand our culture. So we're not gonna be like, oh, well, this is weird. Like, are you okay? Are you trying to be Black Power today? Like, people ask so many bizarre questions. It's like hair. It's just the hairstyle. Hair is the way that I express. One of the ways that I can express myself. I can express my beauty, how I'm feeling that day, or whatever. It's not any statement against you. I'm not making a statement for anyone else. It's because I like it that way. So that's definitely something very real that women in a professional environment do face. I was a few years ago when the natural hair movement, back in 2009, there was a judge, a lawyer actually, who was either her client didn't want her anymore or she got removed or something. People were making comments because she decided to go natural and she started wearing a bush. So it's definitely a very real issue that Black women have to go through.
Yeah. Speaking of issues about that, there's two I want to speak on. What about Gabby Douglas? Remember when she had her hair, and I believe she had her edges were still showing, and it was kind of sad to see how us as a people we went in on our sister.
Right. So we were the ones who were saying all these really mean, rude comments about our sister when she was winning the gold medal because of the way her hair was treated. But nobody mentioned the fact that she wasn't with her parents when this was happening. She was under white caretakers who probably didn't know anything about her hair. She's a young girl, and that's really the least of our worries when she's going out being Black excellent, and we want to sit there and talk about how her hair looks. But that just shows how deep and how painful how we feel about our hair is because of what we project onto other people.
That is very true. Now, also, hair do affect us as brothers. I know in the job ladder, if you are still out on the plantation, and what I mean by plantation, I'm talking about working at 9 to 5 for the corporate man. And these businesses are run by white folks. Mm-hmm. So it's even then, like I know some brothers like to wear their hair in a natural state, as far as dreadlocks or other things like that. Now, dreadlocks, how do we perceive those? Like, are they good? I mean, I've seen a lot of them. Some of them look nice. I'm not even gonna lie.
Right, they could be kept very well. They could be kept really well. Hair. Well, first of all, I did want to mention though that the lock community might be offended by you calling them dreadlocks.
My bad.
And
sorry.
The history of them is that when the guerrilla warriors were fighting.
Wait a minute. This is a knowledge dart moment. You gotta tell our audience that this is a knowledge dart moment. This was a knowledge dart moment. This means we're about to drop some knowledge. We're about to spit some piff at you that you might not know. So this is an interesting fact. It's a knowledge dart.
Yes. So when the guerrilla warriors were fighting to get
Selassie.
Yes. Selassie released from his captivity, from his jail. They said that they were not going to cut their hair until he was released. So eventually their hair got longer and longer and matted together, and it became locked. And what happened was these warriors were very strong and powerful. So when white people saw them coming, they feared them or they dreaded them. So that's where the term dreadlocks came from. But people who wear locks who consider their hair to be locked. They don't. Dread is something that white people did. It wasn't what we did when we chose to wear our hair in a locked style.
Wow. See, I did not know that. And you know what's so funny though? But we gotta watch the interview because recently now, dig this. And some models, some of the hair fashion, runaway fashion to do the clothes, white women are now rocking cornrows, and they're calling it a new fad.
Yes, that I mean it's the same old story. It's the same old story. Every time that we do something, it's ghetto, it's ridiculous, it's obnoxious. But as soon as white people are like, "Hey, this is actually pretty," or "This is actually cool," they do it. Now it's sophisticated, new style,
Yeah, the
awesome.
new trend.
Yeah, and
I'm
it's
like,
crazy. We've been doing it for
that's not new. I
years,
remember when I had
thousands of years.
braids
Thank you for
back
the
in the
love.
day. When I had braids back in the day, sit between my mama legs, and she doing my hair. Like that's not new. You know, that's our
That's
culture.
appropriation.
But it goes to show you that while they try to mock us and get us to hate ourselves,
They're doing
they're
the same
so
thing.
envious, even with our lips.
Yes.
I mean, I'm no offense to the brothers with white women, but I've always wanted to know, how do they kiss white women? Like, they don't got no lips. Like, it's like you put your whole lips on their head.
On their face.
On their face.
Oh my goodness. But yes. It's so funny. I also wanted to mention too that I remember growing up, I used to always see um I used to always see black women on TV, and they would always have straight hair. And I remember being little and just thinking like, wow, like these women are so gorgeous and their hair is straight. And I know I wanted my hair straight then. And now with this natural hair movement, the only women they show are the ones with like the big kinky curls, like, well, I should say big loose curls because that's considered pretty. But they never show women with like a really tight kinky bush, which I would consider like the typical black girl hair. They don't show that. They only show people who have hair that is more acceptable.
Well, you know, white people, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches that a real racist got to see everything in their image. So I'm not even gonna lie, I can't stand the TV ads with the women that look mixed. They are black. Shout out to our sisters that are mixed. But, you know, European society is using this to degrade the sisters that are black in school not to feel pretty. So it all been back to that, you know, that study. And also one thing, you know, knowledge dark. I was reading it today, knowledge dark. According to a study by the University of Michigan, you know, black women are less likely to be impacted to, you know, what they see on TV as far as images of beauty. I did not know that. Yeah, white women actually, you know, take those images of beauty harshly. They feel more depressed that they can't be thin or have their hair. Another thing I always wanted, white women hairstyles. They never seem appealing.
Oh yes, this is kind of funny, but I remember being like 9 or 10, and there was this little white girl in my neighborhood. She was around the same age as me, and I remember that she asked me why did I have braids, like why was my hair braided down, and I looked at her and I said, how come you always wear your hair flat, straight, like you don't never curl it? Or she's like, oh, my hair won't hold curls, like it won't do anything, and I just thought that was so bizarre. I remember going home and talking to my mom about it. And my mom was like, yeah, don't you know you have the best hair? You can do everything with your hair. You can braid it, you can curl it, you can straighten it, you can wear it up in a bush, you can put it in a bun, you can wear it how I have now. I mean, you can do all of these different things. It's white women who really want to be able to do everything that you can do with your hair naturally.
Yeah, I got a question, serious question. To the sisters out there, to my wife too, how do you all respond when you see white women want to touch your hair? Like, ooh, let me get a touch of your hair. Like,
do that for
what gives them the liberty to be like, I'm just gonna go to you and touch your hair? Well, I gotta know from white people, what make you go up to somebody that you do not know
that was my exact response.
And put your hand in their hair?
I don't know. I just feel like it has to be that white privilege thing because it's about personal space. Like you don't ever just go up to somebody and put your hands on them. Like you might think they're wearing a nice necklace, but you don't go up and try to take their necklace off their neck or look at it like that. So I don't know. My reaction is no. Maybe if you would have asked, well, back when I was first going natural, maybe if you would have asked, I would have been like, sure. But at this point, no. Like, Yeah, exactly. I don't like that. I feel exactly. It's violating. This is my personal temple. This is my body. I don't just allow people to just come up to me and say, "Oh, it looks so cool." No.
No, that is true. All right, we wind down to the last 5 minutes. We're going to get into our announcements. I definitely did the conversation on black hair, nappy versus natural. We're going to keep that term nappy out. You know, we're redefining ourselves no longer with the white standards of beauty or what is right. Define who I am. I'm loving myself every day. I'm loving my blackness. And but we want to go into next week. Next week's show is will you die single? Will your preference be stop you from your standards? Are we getting standards and preferences confused? So
yes.
So our next was it gonna be Saturday? Excuse me, next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Will you die single is our next topic, and we're gonna talk about standards
versus preferences.
A
lot of us get that confused.
Yes, a lot of us.
It's a big difference.
A lot of us say a good man got to be 6 feet, and
I said it before.
So we're gonna go to that topic next, but we also want to let you know we are launching our website.
Yes,
tonight. It's launched live tonight. How can they check it out? What's the web address?
So our website is thehusbandthewife.com.
Thehusbandthewife.com. Sign up to our newsletter, because this is what we're gonna do. For black businesses that sign up to our newsletter along with the listening audience, we're going to also each week try to send out a new black business and some information about that black company to our newsletter. So what we want you to do is go to our website, thehusbandthewife.com. We're going to put in the YouTube link, so when we make our YouTube video edits, it's going to be right here on the video. Thehusbandthewife.com. Sign up to our newsletter, and if you are a black business, go to our contact us page, put in the name of your business, let us know what you do,
so we can shout you out.
Each week we're gonna put in our newsletter a new black business to shout you out, what you do, what you can support, because during this boycott season.
And if you don't know about the boycott, can you tell them a little bit about it?
I was about to let you tell them about
it. I can tell them.
Boycott season saving me some money.
Yes, so we are boycotting Black Friday. We are boycotting starting November 27th up into January 2nd. Yes. That means no presents this year. We're not down with Santa, up with Jesus. We want to continue to celebrate Jesus, but we are getting rid of Santa and all of his commercialized ways. We're not wasting our money with the white man who doesn't care about us and doesn't care about our lives.
It's time to redistribute the pain. Yes. It's time to redistribute the pain.
Yes, thank you.
So we're gonna.
That's great. Never shop Black Friday.
If you shop this holiday season, do a black business.
Yes.
Don't
support
do it.
A black
don't
business.
Go to a white company. We're not giving them no more of our money. I don't know if you all heard about our brother got shot down in Chicago. They just released the footage. Shout out to our strong warriors and soldiers in Chicago, the foot soldiers. I like to call them around in Chicago, in different cities. Stand strong, because let's all get this economic boycott. Let's take our dollars back and let them feel the pain that they've been causing us for so long. Yeah. So again, our website,
thehusbandthewife.com.
Sign up to our newsletter. We're shouting out black businesses each week. So please sign up to the newsletter. We want to hear from you. If you got a black business, go to our contact page, put in the information about your business, and we'll send your business information out to our newsletter. Each week we want to grow. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes. You just search for The Husband, The Wife, The Issues, and you will find us. We'll have, we're going to put this video on as soon as we get off of the Periscope tonight.
Yeah, so this video will be on tonight. It's also going to be on our website, thehusbandthewife.com. You can also find us on Twitter. Find me at Muslims Love Jesus.
And me at Axiom Mariposa.
Now, how you spell Axiom Mariposa? Now, she's going to announce her name and not tell you how to spell
it. It's AXIOMMARIPOSA. It means, basically it means truth butterfly.
Truth butterfly. All right, nigga. Again, we thank you all for your time. Like I say, we got a 30-minute program. Also, any feedback, constructive criticism, check us out Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, as we get into Will You Die Single?
Yes.
Standards versus All right.
Remember, it's gonna be awesome on Saturday.
It's going down Saturday.
Will you die single?
Will you die single? We about to get it in. We about to go through it. So
thank you.
Tell your single friends, married friends, tune in. We about to dialogue, about to discuss, about to get it popping.
Yes, it's gonna be awesome.
So
thank you for the hearts.
Yes, thank you for the hearts.
Thank you.
So until Saturday, the husband,
the wife,
the issues. Have a great night. Peace.